Everyone, here we will be seeing example of bank reconciliation statement, how to prepare a bank reconciliation statement. Okay, so Messrs Tall and Short has account with ABC Bank, and following are the details of passbook, or you can also say following are the details of bank statement for the month of Jan 2016. Okay, so there are some entries, then details of whether it's a withdrawal or deposit, and the balance. As explained in my previous video, whatever is a debit balance or debit transactions in our books of accounts, okay, that will be shown as a credit transaction in the passbook or bank statement, and vice versa. Okay, now following are the details of passbook for Jan 2016. All the transactions for Jan 2016 are given. Then bank account in the books of Messrs Tall and Short, and ABC bank account is given. Okay, now we will be preparing a bank reconciliation statement. Okay, now bank reconciliation statement will have only those transactions which are either there in passbook but not there in your bank account, or which are there in your bank account but not there in your passbook. So what we will do is we will find out all the common transactions first. Okay, that common transactions will not be included in your bank reconciliation statement. So let's see. Okay, the first transaction is 2nd Jan 2016, and there is a cash deposit of 4,000. Okay, so now let's go to the bank account and see if we have that cash deposit. So on bank account it will be on the debit side. Okay, so 2nd Jan 2016 to cash 4,000. So this is a common transaction, so I'll just put a tick mark. Okay, the next transaction 4/1/2016 to Furniture Dealers Limited, there is a withdrawal of 600 rupees. That is, it's a debit transaction. Withdrawal means it's debited to your bank account, and deposit means it's credited to your bank account. Okay, so 600 rupees. Now it's on the debit side of passbook, so on the bank account credit side, see you have it here, 2nd Jan by Furniture Dealers Limited 600. So I'll just tick it. Okay, next transaction to Das and Company 1250, again the debit transaction on 4/1. Let's see if we have it here. Okay, 1250. Okay, you have it on 2nd Jan 2016 by Das and Company 1250. Okay, next by J. Johnson and Company, check rupees 350. It's a credit transaction on 10/1/2016. So we'll look at the debit side. Okay, debit side you have it on 2nd Jan 2016 to J. Johnson and Company 350. Okay, now if you have question that on the bank account it is on the 2nd Jan the transaction, whereas in the passbook the transaction is on 10 Jan. So what would have happened is we would have received a check from J. Johnson and Company of rupees 350, but we would have deposited it after 2nd January, and then it would have got cleared on 10 January. That's why in bank statement it is appearing on 10 January, whereas in our books of accounts, that is bank account, it's appearing on 2nd. Okay, now the next transaction to Roy and James 1,000 rupees debit. Okay, so we'll look at the credit side of our books. By Roy and James 1,000 rupees, you have it. So just tick it. Then by B. Babu and Company, check 760 on the credit side. So on debit side we'll look. Okay, it's there on 8 January 2016 to B. Babu and Company 760. Correct. Then by cash deposit 300 rupees on 16/1. So on debit side we'll see. Okay, you have it, cash 300 rupees. Okay, then to cash 500 rupees on the debit side, so entry has to be on the credit side. So On 17/1/2016 you have it, see, 500 rupees, and here 500 rupees. Okay, then by J. Rai and Brothers, 430 rupees on the credit side. So let's see in the bank statement. Okay, so you have it on the debit side of the bank statement. To J. and Brothers, 430 rupees. Okay, then to premium paid as per standing instructions. So bank has paid the premium as per standing instructions. So let's see if this entry is there in our bank account on the credit side, since it's on the debit side of the bank statement. So it's not there, right? So we'll just circle this because this transaction will appear in our bank reconciliation statement. Then to bank charges, 10 rupees. Let's see if we have bank charges. It's not there on the credit side. Okay, so we'll just circle it. Fine. Then third is by interest collected on government securities, 200 rupees. So let's see if we have that entry in our debit side of bank state. So we don't have that entry, right? So that is the interest which has been directly credited to our bank account, but entry is not passed in our books of account. So it will appear in the bank reconciliation statement, 200. Okay, now we'll see the books of accounts, bank account. Okay, so 4,000 is there, 350 is there, this is there, this is there, this is there. Now 20th Jan 2016, M. Mohan and Company, 1050. Now since all the entries of the passbook have been seen, whatever is not ticked is not there in our passbook. So this is not there. Then N. Nandi and Sons, it's not there, correct? Then here K. Nagpal and Company, 730 rupees, it's not there. And then B. Babu and Company, 780 rupees, this is not there. Okay, now we will be preparing our bank reconciliation statement. This is a format of bank reconciliation statement. So bank reconciliation statement as on 31st Jan 2016. So this is very important. The bank reconciliation statement is not for the period, okay, it is as on date. So if I try and prepare some bank reconciliation statement on end of the day of 1st Feb 2016, it will change, okay, depending on what transactions, what are the number of transactions in passbook and books of account. Okay, so it's always as on a particular date. Now let's see. Now Messrs. Tall and Short has accounts with ABC. Now what we will do is, for bank reconciliation statement is as on 31st March 2016. Now there are two ways of preparing bank reconciliation statement. Okay, what we can do is we can start from passbook and we can move towards the books of accounts, that is bank account in our books, or vice versa. We can start from books of account and we can move towards the passbook. Okay, so we'll prepare it in both the ways. First what we'll do is we'll take a balance as per passbook and we'll move towards books of accounts. Okay, now as on 31st Jan 2016, okay, we are preparing bank reconciliation statement. So balance has to be taken as on 31st Jan 2016. So what is the balance of passbook as on 31st Jan 2016? It's 2430. Okay, credit balance. So I'll put it as balance as per passbook. Okay, what is the amount? 2430. Correct. Now we will see all the circled transactions one by one. To premium paid as per standing instructions. Okay, first one, that is rupees 250. Okay, here to premium paid as per standing instructions, rupees 250. Now see, we are doing it as per passbook, 2430. Okay, balance. Now what has happened is the premium paid as per standing instructions. Because of the premium paid, our credit balance in the passbook has been reduced since it's a debit transaction. Okay, now the same entry is not been passed in our books of account. So now we are moving from passbook to books of account. So if we want to derive the balance as per books of account, this 250 which has been deducted here, okay, we have to add it to 2430. Okay, so what we'll do is premium paid, add expenses, I'll put it under one head, expenses or charges debited in passbook but not entered in books of accounts. Okay, so premium paid, so one is premium paid. How much is premium paid? 250. Correct. Next, 10 rupees bank charges. This is a similar transaction. Now bank charges are being debited to our bank account, bank statement, and because of this the credit balance in the passbook has reduced. Okay, so in order to go from passbook to our bank account, what we have to do, we have to add this bank charges to our bank reconciliation statement. Okay, now this comes to how much? Is 260. Okay, next, what is the next transaction? This one, 200. By interest collected on government securities, 200. Now here the interest is collected, that is interest has been credited in our passbook. We have received the interest, but the same has not been entered in our books of account. Okay, so because of this interest, what has happened? The credit balance in our bank account has increased, correct, in our passbook. So in order to move from this passbook to our books of accounts, what we have to do? We have to reduce our balance as per passbook to that extent. So less interest credited in passbook but not in the books. Okay, how much is that? 200. So 200 we have to reduce it. Okay, now if you don't understand how to go from passbook to books of accounts, what you can do is you can do some rough work here. Okay, passbook and bank account. Okay, now what you can do is, see, this is showing a credit balance as per passbook and bank account. So credit balance, let's take a credit balance of 10,000 as per passbook and same as per bank account debit balance. Okay, this is just for our rough work. Okay, this is a balance, say, in our passbook and bank account. Okay, now what has happened? Expenses charges are debited in the passbook but same have not been entered in the books of account. So now this expenses or charges, I'll take this amount of 260. What has happened? It has been debited to our passbook, so we'll put it as 260, but there is no entry in our bank account. Okay, so now if you see this, then what is the balance in the bank passbook? 10,000 minus how much? 260. that comes to 9800 minus 60, correct? 9800 minus 60 is 9740. Okay, and as per our bank account, what is the balance? 10,000, correct, since there is no entry path. Now we have to move from passbook to our bank account. So what we have to do? From 9740 we have to go to 10,000. So we have to add this 260. The same thing has been done here, see. Okay, so you can do this rough work for each and every transaction if there is some confusion. Again, for 200, let's do the same thing. Passbook, bank account. Okay, let's say balance is again 10,000 and debit balance as per bank account. Now what has happened here? Interest credited in passbook but not debited in the books of account. So interest has been credited in the passbook but not debited in the books of account. So as per passbook, your balance comes to 10,200. As per your bank account, your balance comes to 10,000. Now you are moving from passbook to your bank account. So what you have to do? You have to reduce 200. The same thing has been done here. Correct? Now let's see the other transaction. Now we are done with the passbook. Now we'll see all the entries in our bank account. Okay. Now there are two entries in the bank account. On the debit side, 1050 and 340 to M Mohan and Company, M Nandi Sons and the company. Okay. So what has happened? These are checks, okay, which are received from M Mohan and Company and N Nandi Sons and Company. Okay, but either they have deposited in the bank, check we have received, we have deposited in the bank, but it has not been cleared by the bank. These two transactions, correct? So now let's go to our bank reconciliation statement. Again we will do this working. Passbook and bank account. So now 10,000, 10,000. Okay, so what has happened is these amounts, okay, are being debited to our bank account, correct, but the same are not available in the passbook since the checks are not yet cleared. So what we will be doing is they are debited to our bank account. So 1050 and what is the next amount? 340, correct, but in passbook there are no entries. So what is the balance as per passbook? 10,000. Now what is the balance as per our bank account? It's 09311 11,390. So we are moving from passbook to our bank account. So what we have to do? We have to add these two amounts in our bank reconciliation statement, correct? So add checks deposited but not cleared, correct? Now what are the two parties? M Mohan and Company 1050 and M Nandi and Sons. So M Mohan and Company, M Nandi and Sons. So how much is the amount? M Mohan and Company, it's 1050. So put M Mohan and Company 1050 and Nandi and Sons 340. Okay, so total amount comes to 931390, correct? Now we'll go to the next transaction. Now if we see the bank account, okay, there are two transactions on the credit side. So what has happened is there are two transactions on the credit side of bank account which are not there in the bank statement. Okay, one is 730 and one is 780. So what has happened here is checks has been issued to the party, that is K Nagpal and B Babu, but they have not yet deposited them in their bank accounts. So now this we need to include in our bank reconciliation statement. So again we will do a rough work. Passbook, bank account. Okay, so we'll take 10,000 again, 10,000, as per bank account also 10,000. Now what is now this has been credited to our bank account, but same has not been included in our bank statement. So on credit side of bank account we'll put this two amount, that is 730 and 780. Okay, but there is no entry on the debit side of passbook. So our balance as per passbooks is 10,000, whereas balance as per bank account is 10,000 minus 730 minus 780. That comes to 8490. So since we are moving from bank passbook to bank account, we'll reduce these two amounts in our bank reconciliation statement. So less checks issued but not cleared. Okay, that is we have issued the check but has not been cleared. How much does it comes to? K Nagpal and company 730, B Babu and company 780. K Nagpal and company 730, B Babu and company 780. So how much does it comes to? 10, 11, 14, 15. So 1510. So we have to reduce it. Okay, so all the transactions are done. Now let's calculate the amount. Okay, how much it is? 2430 plus 260 minus 200 plus 1390 minus 1510. Okay, now let's see how much does it comes to. Now this comes to 2370. Now if you look at your question, you can see that 2370 is the closing balance as on 31st January 2016 as per our bank books. Okay, 2370. So whenever we are preparing a bank reconciliation statement and if we are starting from the passbook, we have to arrive at a balance as per our books of account. So this is a balance as per books as on 31 Jan 2016. So this is one way of cross checking. Okay, so if you have considered all the transaction and if your bank reconciliation statement is correct, you should get, if you're starting from balance as per passbook, you have to get balance as per books of account as on the date when you are preparing a bank reco, or vice versa. Okay, now we'll be preparing the bank reco other way around, that is we'll take the bank balance as per our books and we'll move towards the passbook. Okay, for the same problem. So now we'll move from our bank account to passbook. Okay, so since we are moving from our bank account to passbook, we have to take balance as per books of accounts. okay, as on 31st Jan 2016. Okay, let's see what is the balance. So it's 2370 debit balance. So I'll put it as 2370. Okay, now let's see all the entries which are circled. Okay, now this one, to premium paid as per standing instructions and to bank charges. Okay, so what has happened here is premium paid rupees 250 and bank charges have been debited to your bank statement, but the same entries are not done in your bank account. So we'll do a rough work. Okay, now first we'll put bank statement, bank account, since we are going from bank account to passbook. Okay, so bank account, for the calculation purpose we'll take 10,000 only. 10,000 debit balance, and as per passbook 10,000 credit balance. So now what has happened is, as per passbook, these two transaction, that is 250 and rupees 10, that is 260 rupees has been debited to your bank statement, but same has not recorded in your bank account. So passbook, I'll put it as 260, bank account there is nothing, so balance as per bank account is 10,000, and balance as per bank statement comes to 10,000 minus 260, that is 9,800, 9,800, okay. So now we have to go from bank account to passbook. So bank account balance is 10,000, as per passbooks it's 9,740. So what we have to do is, to go from bank account to passbook, we have to reduce rupees 260, correct? So we'll put it as less bank charges and other expenses debited by bank but not accounted in books of accounts, correct? Now what is that? Premium paid, $250, and bank charges. How much is bank charges? 10. So total it's 260, correct? Since it's a less, we'll put it in the bracket, so it's easy for our calculation, correct? Now the next transaction, interest collected on government securities, rupees 200. Okay, so what has happened is, interest has been credited to our bank statement, but same is not recorded in our bank account. So again we'll do a working for this bank account and passbook, correct? Again here 10, sorry, this is a passbook, so on the credit side 10,000 and bank account debit side 10,000. Okay, now what has happened is, 200 has been credited to your passbook. So on the credit side of passbook, that's 200, and bank account side there is no entry, so as per the books balance is 10,000, whereas as per passbook it's 10,200. So we are moving from here to here, so we have to add 200. Okay, so add, what is that? Interest collected on government securities. How much is that? 200. Okay, now the next transactions. Now we'll look at our bank account. Okay, So bank account, there are two debit entries of 1050 and 340 which are not there in our passbook. So bank account, passbook. 10,000. This 10,000 I am taking it only for convenience of calculation. You can take any balance, okay? We just need to see the impact, net impact. So whatever you take, but you have to take the same balance on both the sides. Correct? Whatever you take as per bank account and whatever you take as a passbook. One has to be debit, one has to be credit. Correct? Now 1050 and 340, what has happened is it has been debited to your bank account. So 1050 and 340, but there is no entry in the passbook. So here the balance remains 10,000, whereas here the balance becomes how much? 11,390. Since we are moving from here to here, we have to reduce these two. Correct? So less. What is it? Checks deposited but not cleared. Correct? What are the two parties here? M. Mohan and Company 1050. Second one is N. Nandi and Sons. How much is that? 340. Oh. 1390. We have to reduce it. Correct? Now the next transaction. Now there are two amounts on the credit side, 730 and this 780. Correct? They are on the credit side of your bank account, but same are not reflected in your passbook. So again, bank account, passbook. Okay, so here you have 10,000 and 10,000. Okay, so they are on the credit side. How much is it? 730 and 780. Correct? The same are not there in your passbook. So what you will do is 10,000. Correct? Now 10,000 minus 730 minus 780. So the amount comes to 8490. But as per your bank passbook, it is 10,000. So you have to add both this amount. So we'll put it as add checks issued but not cleared. Okay, so what is it? K. Nagpal and Company 730. And B. Babu and Company 780. How much does this come to? By 10. Now that's it. Okay, all the transactions we have covered. You can see here 2370 is nothing but balance as per bank account, so that need not be considered. Now if we see this, we consider balance as per books of accounts, and then we reduce and add all these other items of reconciliation. What we should be getting at the end is balance as per our passbook. Okay, bank passbook. So 2370 minus 260 plus 200 minus 1390 plus 1510. Okay, so if we add and subtract all these numbers, the balance which we get is 2430. Okay, this is balance as per passbook. Okay, this is balance as per passbook. You can see the credit balance as on 31st Jan 2016, balance as per passbook. Okay, so the same balance we are getting it here, balance as per passbook. So this is one of the way to cross check whether all the reconciliation items are considered and our bank reconciliation statement is correct. So now we have seen how to prepare a bank reconciliation statement from passbook to books of account and from books of account to passbook. Okay, so that's it about bank reconciliation statement. Thank you.